Today's topic is going to be about narcissistic mothers, and in particular, the fact that they can be very envious of their daughters. Now, as I've mentioned before, narcissistic mothers, especially the covert narcissistic type, have what is known as pathological envy. They envy their children, they envy their daughters in particular, and they consider them a threat. And when a narcissistic mother devalues, criticizes, envies their daughter, sabotages their daughter, doesn't allow them to do well in life, by doing all these things, she diminishes the threat to her own very fragile self-esteem. And the hard thing is that when a daughter realizes that her mother has such envy towards her, she feels completely confused and cannot believe that her mother would feel this way about her. She feels very unworthy and very unloved, because a healthy mother would not do this. A healthy mother would want what is best for her daughter, would celebrate with her daughter at every single success, would encourage her daughter to do well. But a narcissistic mother can't do this. Because of her fragile self-esteem, she will do everything she can to sabotage her daughter. Or, if her daughter is a golden child, she will encourage her daughter to do well, and then she will show her daughter off to the world and say, look at what a fabulous daughter I have. Look how successful she is. She's only successful because I was her mother and I encouraged her. And then the limelight will be on the mother. She will be the reason why her daughter has done really well. But in my experience, and most of the daughters of narcissistic mothers that I have supported and coached, I have noticed that the envy side is much more prevalent. That a lot of these daughters have had an envious mother that has sabotaged their growth, and they have a lot of developmental arrests because of their mother sabotaging their growth to such an extent that they weren't able to form successful relationships or marriages, that they weren't able to progress in their career, because every time they tried to take a step forward, their mother would sabotage that by planting seeds of doubt. The problem is that once attention is drawn away from the mother cannot bear this. So she will make the child suffer by putting her down, by criticizing her, by punishing her, by sabotaging everything that the daughter has worked hard for. The narcissistic mother will be envious of the daughter for so many different things, such as her beauty, her looks, her education, her accomplishments, or maybe even the fact that her daughter was able to have a healthy relationship unlike her mother. She does not like her daughter outshining her. She doesn't want her daughter to be happy. She wants her daughter to be miserable, just like she is. And the message the mother is essentially giving the daughter is, make sure you do so well that your mother is proud, but don't do too well because you're not allowed to outshine your mother. How is it possible for a daughter to make sense of the fact that her mother, her own mother, is envious of her? It is so hurtful. It is beyond comprehensible to think that your own mother would envy you, that your own mother would want to sabotage things in your life. It makes you feel worthless and unloved and underappreciated. It is such a cruel, cruel thing to have to experience. And a lot of daughters of narcissistic mothers, they don't find it easy talking about this. They feel ashamed or embarrassed by the fact that their mother feels that way. And they generally find it very, very hard to come to terms with this. There are obviously other things that the mother does if she's narcissistic, such as gaslighting her daughter. Every time her daughter confronts her about something, she distorts the reality of that. She doesn't admit that, yes, she may have said this or that a few days ago and really hurt her daughter. She constantly changes that reality. She constantly makes her daughter doubt herself. She's constantly playing mind games, and the daughter becomes more and more unstable. So you have the narcissistic mother who is constantly horrible to the daughter, but then is nice on occasion, this keeps the daughter trauma bonded to the mother and gives her hope. And when there is hope that the narcissistic mother will change, this is where it is destructive, because the daughter in reality has to come to the point of acceptance that her mother is not going to change. This is something that I experienced myself, and it was probably the hardest part of my recovery, is to actually fully accept that my mother was never going to change. Narcissism is incredibly hard, especially when your parents are the narcissists, and there needs to be a lot of healing, a lot of recovery, a lot of understanding. There needs to be validation of your experience and of your emotions, because you didn't get that growing up. So if you are early on in your recovery, then please reach out. That is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found this topic relevant. I hope it helped you in some way. And if you have any questions, then please feel free to get in touch. Take care, and I will see you very soon.